All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Assassination Classroom, Season 1, Episode 17. All right, we're on a trip.
That's right.
Class trip.
To Okinawa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, because they won the competition.
Yeah, it's time to set up an assassination.
A proper assassination.
A proper one. And Koro-sensei knows they're going to do it. Mm-hmm. He's very aware. They are going to cash in all their stuff.
Yeah.
So they're potentially gonna do some serious stuff here.
Yeah.
Now they're also going to an island, which means, swimming, which means beach episode probably.
Oh, that is definitely true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not beach sensei episode. A beach episode.
Right.
It's close.
Take off those tentacles.
Beach. It's similar, but yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I'm not entirely sure how Ritsu will come along with them on this, trip, but I'm sure it'll work out just fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think in some ways they'll just find a more mobile device in order to
the phone. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
A Ritsu app. Yep.
Oh my god. It's like staying up late with Ritsu, playing her app and stuff. She's like,
oh my god, no, just stop.
All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. This thing again.
Yeah. Oh. Please tell me that there's going to be some awkward, don't be like Class E. Wait, no, they're going on the trip? Wow.
Yes!
Hell yeah!
Lock on! Geretz! Re! Lock on! Oh yeah! Sensei! Target on!
そしたら何か足りないと思わねえか何が金さ水着で泳ぐ綺麗なチャンネルを落とすためには財力が
Okay, how does this...
ダメだろうけど大クワガタあれとかうん万円するらしいじゃん
You wanna sell it?
Wait, what?
Alright.
I love his motivation though.
Chill out.
Oh yeah.
Are you sure though?
Oh. はは
私たちが生まれた頃はすごい値段だったらしいけど
Dang.
今は人工繁殖法が確立されちゃって
Oh, alright. Supply and demand.
Yeah. The beetle bubble burst! Say that 10 times fast.
Yeah.
ないない今はチャンネルの方が高いと思うよ
That too.
No, I'm into babes.
ゲス方向に傾いていた男子パーティーには心強い助っ人だ
So are you the ish in that crass-ish description there, Nagisa?
I think so.
これお前が仕掛けておいたのか
お手製のトラップだよ
Whoa!
Alright.
Oh, genius!
10箇所ぐらい仕掛けたから
1,000 yen. Huh, nothing. 10 billion?
その通りかかってる俺の仕掛けたエロ本トラップに
Alright. Wow. He can do other things at Mach 20 as well.
The smart stash.
Every mountain has one? Okay.
Oh my god, this is amazing!
Wow.
For the next generation.
Keeps on giving.
Please dispose of cycles responsibly.
パーティーが致命的にゲス
Crassitude! Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
写真も漫画もわずかな差で反応が全然違うんだ
You've been observing!
Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah, go on
But
ahead.
I will apply myself.
Right.
I love it.
の下に対先生団をつなぎ合わせた
Oh,
Oh my god!
wow.
This is amazing! This is amazing! How? How?
どんなものでも研ぎ澄ませば大丈
Anything can be a sword if you polish it enough.
夫。殺せん
You could say the peen is mightier than the sword.
Oh my god. Hey.
So he was waiting to catch a. She just.
Wow.
She just ruined the whole thing.
All right, now take it and get away.
You worked so hard.
さっぱりだが巨大兜と女子中学生がエロ本に
Yeah,
入
yeah.
ってるのはすごい光景だ
I mean, hey, she won't get hurt by the BBs.
面目ない教育者としてあるまじ
Wait, cut the rope while he's there.
Yep.
に罠があるのは知ってましたが
Oh,
どん先生好みになる本の誘惑に耐えきれず
wow.
Ah, the meta for the Miyamas are. They're in the. Yeah.
2万
Okay, $200. Dang.
生物でアルミの個体については教えま
Ooh,
した
cool.
So it's super rare.
ごくたまに全身真っ白で生まれてくるやつだろ
Yeah, it's a rare of an in meta stag beetle.
売ればおそらく数十万円はくだらない
Wow!
一度は見てみたいってコロ
わお
先生に話したらさ、ズーム目で探してくれるって言ってたんだ。ゲスなみんな、これ欲しい。
Okay,
You
you
low
lives.
lives.
殺しにエロに生き物に
And killing, and porn, and living things.
Learning and discoveries.
So many.
Ah, I love how Koro-sensei didn't run with them. He just stayed with the porn.
It was a clever ruse for him to get them away so he can go back
Exactly.
to what he really wanted to do.
He
Yeah.
actually found it a long time ago.
僕たちはその訓練と
Oh my god, okay, yeah.
Alright.
集まっていた
We're now at a shooting range. Oh my god, yes.
夏休みだというのに朝に探していく苦労なことね。あんたたちの作戦に乗じて美味しいとこだけ持ってくわ。
偉いもんだなイリーナ。
Wait. He's back? Alright.
特別講師で来た
The music's changed.
Yeah.
And it's all rock, yeah.
助言をくれ。楽だが嫌なら気がやろう。
ビッチ先生は師匠には頭上がらない
Wow.
この前さコロ先生
Okay, they're bringing that up. Sweet.
Alright, awesome. It's plot relevant.
絶対内緒ですよアイス1本配られたけど
Ah,
アイスで口止めできるわけねえだろ
wow.
他にも
I love
い
it.
くつか確保してますからまずはこれを使って追い込みます
残酷な暗殺法
Impressive.
What?
Wait. We got a sniper training.
Yes,
Here.
thank you so much.
スナイパーだ早見凛香は手先の正確さと動体視力のバランスが良くどちらも主張が強い性
Dang, okay. These are our
仕事人タイプ
these are our shots, our best shots. Okay.
Oh, wow.
も良いレベルにまとまっている
一番優れた殺し屋ってどんな人なんですか
この業界にはよくあることだが彼の本名は誰も知らない
Makes sense.
ただ一言のあだ名で呼ばれている
The Rose.
死神と
The Reaper.
Oh, alright.
okay.
There you go.
冷酷無比おびただしい数の屍を積み上げ死そのものと呼ばれるに至った男君たちがこのまま殺し上げているのならいつかは奴が姿を現す
Wow.
いよいよ南の島のチャンスは逃せない
では証明よ
Mm.
君には必殺技を授けている
Oh.
プロの殺し屋が直接教える必殺技
This is game recognizing game. Where he's like, Nagisa's got something extra. Because it's almost like he knew Nagisa, like, independent of, like, the school as well.
Well, I think when he was here last, there was some kind of interaction that they had that tipped him off, but
Probably.
can't remember what it was.
目はやばい
Oh, seasick. Another weakness.
Yeah.
頭の中身が全部まとめて飛び出そうです
Motion sickness. Okay. That's interesting. Motion sickness. He can move at Mach 20.
Right.
から6時間コロ先生を殺す
It's probably that it's so slow. Probably, just swaying, constantly.
They should really just get buckets of water and like try and just splash it on him when he's not.
なんか一だけ妙に早いぞ
Wow.
滑り込みとか絶対不可能なはずなんだからずりーよコロ先生
能力の性能が違いすぎ瞬間最大時速
Okay, it's a phone. Sweet.
All right.
そんで誰だよそのコスプレ堀越ティーラーですそれなかったの分かりづれえよどうやって作る方
It's the sunburn from. Yeah.
あの先端部分だけ影になっててさて
Wow.
4班はイルカを見るそうですね
Oh my god.
オーライシー
一つの班がコロ先生と遊ぶ間に他の班も
All right, sweet. Keep a nice
Awesome.
rotation going on.
Yeah.
Nice and calm. Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
さっき帰ったのが
Oh my god. Oh, you two?
このホテルと辺り一帯は E 組が貸し切った
Wow.
Wait. Wait, really?
私の水着デビューはいつもこ
今までにない
Completely ignores her.
うねえガラスも
Oh.
考察したいのね
あと残る心
Oh,
何
oh, oh.
積極的じゃないまさか二人きりだからってこのまま
配聞いておきたい
いやーそんだそんだおかげで真っ黒に焼けました
Wow.
浜で黒く焼けやがって
Thoroughly
表
cooked.
情が読み取れないよ
まずはたっぷりと船に酔わせて戦力をそごうというわけですか当然です
Yep.
これも暗殺の基本の一つですから
Naturally.
ですがそううまく
Yeah, it is a big ship, so you might actually not get that seasick, yeah.
気合の乗った先生にとって船酔いなど恐れる
だから黒いよ
そんなに黒いですか
表情どころか前も後ろもわかんないわややこしい
Oh my
から
god.
何とかしてよ
お忘れですか皆さん先生には脱皮があること
Ah, this is all a plan to get him to molt.
元通り
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So now he can't use
Yeah.
that.
Dang.
Wait.
He just realized.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
どうしてまだこんなドジ殺せないんだろう
Wow.
It worked.
Yeah.
さてコロ先生会場はこちらですね
He looks so funny.
このホテルの離れにあ
Oh
る
man.
水上チャペルここなら逃げ場はありません
Then they turn on
楽しい
porn.
暗殺まずは映画鑑賞から始めようぜ
君たちの知恵と工夫と本気の努力
Yeah, we get our 7 tentacles now. Here we go.
楽しみです全力の暗殺を期待しています
Okay,
All
of
right.
course. Next episode. Next
Yeah.
episode. All right. All right.
Man, the power of porn.
Yeah, and sometimes it can't just be that. It has to be in a delivery method that's good enough to get him to have that kind of that response that isn't it's a like kind of thing, right? Right?
That whole thing of the every mountain has one. A hidden porn stash.
Hidden smut stash. Yeah, exactly.
The
Passed
kid-
on from the previous
Right,
generation.
yeah.
Yes, because Japan has its like really specific like censor laws regarding porn, right? Like they have like very specific
right.
things. That's why hentai exists.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's like kind of a thing of where you'd have like literal like hidden, probably potentially illegal stashes of the like
Oh,
the
sure.
uncensored stuff, you know, where it'd be like like this is the stuff that you can't just buy, you know. Yeah. It's kind of interesting how, like, by, censoring it, you would have then created multiple industries to work around the censoring. That's what hentai is, basically.
Right.
But then you'd also then have...
Certainly tentacles.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But then you'd also have the black market kind as well,
The under the table deals.
Yes, indeed.
Porn, my
Alright.
dudes.
Yeah, that's the episode. But
There
we
you
get
go.
we get a lot of setup. We get a little bit of extra focus on characters that haven't even, I believe, been named yet. Like
don't
a bunch,
think so.
A bunch of them were characters where it's like, hey, they're not going to necessarily be talking as much. They're going to be the ones that are manning the snipers or
Exactly.
just
because
being their best shots. In that
because we
regard.
got porn and snipers in, like an actual full-on shot of a sniper rifle in the same episode.
Jacob's
Maybe
like,
this is a
porn,
coincidence.
sniper porn.
I love snipers, and I'm very glad that they're going to try and use one on Koro-sensei. Also, if that TV ends up just being a porno,
It's
not. But if it was,
not. There's no way.
No.
If anything, what I think it is, it's going to be their blackmail.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes,
it's going to be their stuff of basically being like, hey, we're going to use this.
we have footage of you or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's probably one of the things that is in his deal with the world's, governments and stuff like that, is that he needs to, stay secret.
Ah, sure. And they can be like, not only will we reveal your presence to the world, but we will reveal that you, a tentacle creature, are also
a smut lord,
a smut lord, the perviest of perverts.
Yeah. If you were expecting any kind of life after this, if you do, decide to wait, destroying the world, I guess that blackmail might not work as well.
Right.
Well, we'll
He's
see.
like, okay, I actually
We'll
do
see.
have to destroy the world now.
Yes. It's like, all right, that's it. Y'all gonna die.
So the tentacle creature liked tentacle porn. I see how it is.
Yeah, we get a little bit of, I would say, foreshadowing more for their specific skills as well. The stuff with the stag beetles and the porn and stuff being about traps.
Yep,
And
love
how establishing a trap requires a lot of specific variables to work, and then also a certain mentality with regards to how you design a good trap.
Right.
Because a good trap might not be necessarily something that they're even aware that they're trapped, which is what
Sure.
happened here, where freaking that kid, he's a wizard.
Yeah.
He was about to do the whole thing himself. He was like, I've got it. And even though Koro-sensei knew that it was
Right.
all a trap, he couldn't resist.
Couldn't tear his eyes away.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for the bubbly girl,
maybe it would have worked.
it might have worked. You never know.
You never know.
You
And
never
this
know.
this is the kind of stuff that I had always wanted to see once we got into this show. Not necessarily using porn in particular, but the idea of just crazy things. Not just, I try and stab you with a knife or I try and shoot you with my BB gun, right? But what's all the ridiculous stuff that they could do to
Right.
try and set up an assassination on someone like Koro-sensei?
Yeah, they would have to go
there you go.
completely off the wall and using some kind of psychological
Right.
mechanism, attack, or angle in order to lure him into that false sense of security where he wouldn't move.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If something can move this fast and it's on the defensive in any way, you cannot stop them.
Nope.
So right now they're going with the angle of, all right, we're going to mitigate every single advantage he has with regards to his speed.
Right.
So maybe he ends up moving at Mach 0.5,
Right.
And
Even
it's like-
making him shed his skin.
Right, right. That might have been unintentional, but I would love the idea to find out that they're like, no, that was a potential probability, but hey, it worked.
I
It
think
worked.
that was definitely planned.
Okay, because they did. In my opinion, they did not make it seem like they planned it here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't think they.
I thought it was just
intended
that they were surprised that it worked so easily. They were
that definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Because they planned everything. They're like, all right, he's going to be with this class and then this
Like,
class.
how have we not
you know,
killed him already?
Right, exactly. It's like if you fell for that,
Yeah, but that's not the way they said it, though. In terms of that, they kind of made it as like, how have we not killed this bumbling idiot already? I loved the little jokes and references. It's like, who are you?
the tanning with the corner of the glider or whatever. That was really something. Oh boy.
Yeah. Then, what an idiot, hobbling himself before an assassination. See, they even make it seem like it's his doing entirely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean,
But yeah.
how have we not been able to kill this screw up yet?
Yeah. Right.
But there was so much comedy this episode.
There really was.
A lot of it was just Koro-sensei being Koro-sensei.
Mm-hmm.
But then there were other moments where Bitch-sensei comes out in the full sexiest swimsuit thing entirely. It's practically lingerie with the bottom there.
Oh yeah.
And oh my god. freaking Karasuma picks her up.
Picks her up and she's like, "Oh, you're being
Like,
a bit forward, you know, assertive.
Right. I love the way she's like, hey, come on. And he's like, the only thing left to worry about. And he picks her up immediately, and we're like, wait a minute, what? And then dumps her into the ocean. Which what I love about this is Konosuba doesn't even follow up on it that well. Mm-hmm. It's basically just him saying, hey, like, don't mess this up for them.
Right, exactly.
We need this to work.
Uh-huh.
We've been working a long time here.
And getting help from you would actually be helpful.
Yeah, but he doesn't even really say that. It's more like he's just kind of snapping her out of it, I guess.
Right, exactly.
Because he can tell that she's not taking this seriously.
Nope. Yeah, and I absolutely love the two of them as a pair, and I definitely ship them.
Yes. Just eventually they'll grow to appreciate each other a lot. Yeah.
And
hey, they're both hot. They're both, really professional in terms of their backgrounds.
Yes.
They might show it in different ways.
Right. They're polar opposites.
Yeah.
But at the same time, but the polar opposites is just what make their interactions so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, do I look like I'm just having fun? I'm being an opportunist here. Eventually, there's going to be something in this really complicated plan that they have where it's going to screw up, and I'll be there when it does.
Right. But because Koro-sensei is trying to teach them, he is letting a lot of their things go a specific way.
Sure.
And he's also wanting to enjoy himself because I'm sure this is the most fun he's had, in some ways, most of the year. Mm-hmm. So in this regard, he is very much getting a lot out of this, but then he ends up being absent-minded about specific other things like molting, which
exactly.
I love the callback to all the little things that we've accumulated thus far.
Oh yeah.
I want Nagisa's list. I want to see all the things we've had established thus far.
Right. Check. Yeah.
Seriously.
Yep.
It's all working out ridiculously well. And while they're going to be using still conventional means of we shoot, the anti-teacher pellets that we got.
They don't melt the pellets into a gas or something like that.
Right.
Boil.
It seems like there would have to be some kind of way that they would do this differently that would immobilize him. But I feel like any of those methods lead to them basically realizing too early that they're his biggest weakness. So they're not going to succeed in any way here other than maybe just learning a little bit more about Koro-sensei in the long run.
Right, but they do have the 7 tentacles. So
that's true. That's true.
That's a big advantage.
That is a huge advantage, yeah.
And with the molting and everything and being out on the water, and the psychological torture, of course, if anything, now I don't think they'll do this because they're too kind-hearted for this. But if they set something up where it didn't seem like they knew what was going on when the psychological torture started to happen, so then they were like, wait, Koro-sensei, tell us it isn't true. You wouldn't, fill in the blank, whatever the ammunition is, right? To get him to try and comfort them or something so that way they can actually hold on to him and then, do some attack or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. What was the episode where Bitch Sensei's teacher came in to
I'm not
to
sure. I believe Bitch Sensei was introduced in episode 4, but I don't know if her teacher was
I think her
brought in
teacher
there.
was way later.
I want to say
later. Episode 9 or something. I'm going to do a quick looking on things here real quick just to see where this thing went and stuff like that.
Okay, episode 9 was Ritsu.
Episode 9 was Ritsu. That means that the teacher had
I believe it was before then.
That means that the sensei had already showed up then.
But what do you want to...
I want to know why he was like, wait, this kid, when Nagisa showed up.
Yeah, because I can't remember what it was, but I seem to recall there being something where Nagisa surprised him somehow when he was last here. Because there was the whole thing when there was the other bad teacher that came in, right?
Yeah, but
Nagisa went all snake, but that was a totally different situation.
Completely different situation, yeah.
I don't remember, but I feel like most everybody has been kind of noticing, Nagisa's kind of terrifying in certain circumstances.
I don't think everyone's been noticing that. I think that's entirely us, the audience. That's why I'm weirded out that, here it is. It was episode 10. Okay. So in this episode, he shows up basically to figure out what's the deal going on with our bitch sensei. But
Finish the job, yeah.
yeah, exactly. But why would
Right, and that was her whole contest with Karasuma and whatnot. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Please, yeah.
And then he ended up just letting her get him.
Right. So then they go on the little trip to watch the movie, but I don't think there was anything that had Nagisa involved in any way.
I think it might have just been like an encounter in a hallway or something like that. Or
Oh, was that it? Yeah, there was something early on. I think that's it. Yeah,
I think it was just something in passing where Nagisa did something and he was like, oh, the way this person carries themselves, you know, like.
But that's the thing. If it's not that, then what is it? Yeah. Yeah. That's a little bit interesting. I feel like Nagisa is being built up to be one that will actually end up being a professional assassin, like having the opportunity to be.
Okay.
And especially with their thing of building up this idea that there's a, the Reaper, some kind of
Right, that's
ultimate
definitely
assassin.
not going to come up later. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, it has to come up again. It has to be something that we'll end up exploring. And Nagisa being the one that's taking all the notes and stuff means that we're, getting a picture for the audience that is very intentional.
Yes, for
and
sure.
then when the head assassin then sees Nagisa, there's very much a thing of like, oh, this.
Right. And I love
kid.
that Nagisa specifically tried to learn from him about assassins, right? Because
They
there's
didn't even give him really anything that we saw.
yeah, not really. Like, there's the whole I'll show you this deadly
didn't see
technique,
it, yeah.
but we didn't see what it ended up being.
Right.
But that's something that the other students aren't really doing.
Yep.
Like, in a lot of ways, even if they're training for it very seriously.
They're kind of like soldiers in that regard, more
Right.
than assassins.
Yeah, exactly. They're training to figure out how to kill Koro-sensei, but not necessarily training how to be assassins, I feel like. And maybe that's like an incorrect distinction.
Yeah, I think what you're getting at is good, but it's the difference between what they're doing in this scene here where they're practicing how to shoot. Because that is how to be a better assassin.
Yeah, that is something that's very important to know.
But it's the difference between acting based on the orders of their teachers versus taking initiative like the kid in the beginning was with the porn magazine.
Right.
That's the hunter in him.
Right.
That's the assassin who's like, I will create my own specific strategy and environment for this for this goal.
And I think this is what I was trying to get at, is that we've seen instances where kids get specific in how they are attempting to kill Koro-sensei and taking the initiative in that regard. But taking the initiative with learning how to be an assassin in general that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with Koro-sensei, I think that's, even if we have seen it, it's something that we see a lot less.
True.
And I think most of the time it's Nagisa.
I'd say almost all the time it's Nagisa.
Right. And that's maybe that just shows the more genuine interest in the subject in general, not just the particular mission that they're on.
Okay. Yeah.
Because this very much seems to me like whenever, like, I would be a kid and I would see someone that was doing something that I had an interest in, and it's like, oh, they might be able to teach me something about that.
So you go up and ask
So
them.
I go up and ask them something, right? Whereas if they're good at something but I don't really care about it, I'm not going to ask them, even if I have to do something related to it.
Yeah. Right. You'll just be okay with some kind of adequate performance versus going up and saying like, hey, what's your best advice here? Which is something that he gives. So I want to go out there on a limb and say that actually, because I couldn't find anything immediately in episode 10 regarding this, that there's some kind of outside of school reason as to why he knows this kid.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah. Just kind of want to throw that out there as a theory. Koro-sensei's little antics and stuff, and going into kind of his facial expressions and all the little masks he puts on, so to speak.
Yep, great gags.
It's great gags, good fun, but also it's fun to see people in the real world being like, "What the hell is with that glider? How is that happening?" You know.
As far as like the most fun-looking ways that they're trying to assassinate Koro-sensei, the idea that they're flying around in these gliders while shooting their BB guns at him, that is just. That's wonderful. Like
that's amazing, yeah.
Even if they weren't actually trying to assassinate Koro-sensei, right? Let's say they're just regular BB guns. That would be, well, probably super dangerous, but so much fun to be in like a BB gun war while flying around in gliders. Like that's the kind of thing that I would dream about as a kid of like, ooh, that would be so cool, you know?
Yeah.
And they just get to do that. Like that's the real fan service. That's the real fan service.
Yeah. I love that when they bring him to the floating chapel, that there's this very real, like, obviousness of, we're going to try and kill you here. Like, this is where it's going to be. So it's kind of that thing of where, oh, that's where we're doing our part to kill you. But this is not the whole class. So this is where stage 1 begins.
Sure.
And you see Koro-sensei have this knowing look of where he's all like, haha.
All right, so what do you got? Yeah.
Well, specifically he says, you know, like, what I'm most excited to see is not necessarily this. He's like, your intelligence, your inventiveness, and your earnest efforts, those are what I look most forward to. Basically saying, yeah, this is cool setup and all. He's like, but that's not what I'm excited about. I'm excited to see how you surprise me.
Right.
He's like, I want to see you outthink me. I want to see you outsmart me a little bit here and come up with something really creative. And then once you've like shown that, like really earnestly, like go for it. So it's kind of like he's saying, ho ho ho, all this is nice and all.
Yeah, but I've been around the block, kids.
Yeah, I'm really quick. So you're gonna need to do a little bit more to give me that spice of what it would be like to be in an actually fun assassination. Like, you might see this as fun right now, but what I'm looking forward to is a little bit more than this.
Exactly.
And then we had all the setup in the previous bits of the episode to show, like, what that setup could be. So
soon that smile's going to get turned upside down as he realizes what a situation he's in.
Yeah, what was his panic color? What was his, like, oh,
Red?
no.
No.
There's the one where he goes, like, death pale white, where he's, like kind of embarrassed, not really embarrassed, but more like nothing, you know, like. But then there was like a pink one and a green one.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Trying to remember which one was him being like.
Unlike Nagisa, I didn't take perfect notes on what all of his different signs mean and everything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
we'll probably get reminded.
Yeah, but, exactly. Yep.
But yeah, we've got the good setup for the assassination, but it's all being set up for the next episode, which means unfortunately we have to wait until the next episode to see everything go down. But y'all, if you don't want to wait and see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. If you want to read a novel about young people trying to pull off an assassination, then check out my sci-fi novel Battle Lines. It's on Amazon. The link is in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.